Wagwan people, welcome back to 876 Recipes News TV. Updated COVID-19 containment measures. There are no changes to the existing measures regarding funerals and burials. Funeral services are permitted with a minimum of 20 persons physically present, including mourners, clergy, and support personnel. The existing work from home directive in the public sector remains in place until December 9th, 2021. Effective Friday, October 29, the curfew hours will be from 8 p.m. nightly to 5 a.m. the following morning for every day in the week up to 5 a.m. Sunday will no longer be no movement days. This will remain into effect until 5 a.m. December 10th, 2021.
This is also something we intend to review again in 3 weeks, along with the curfew hours. The number of persons permitted to physically attend a wedding remains at 50. The limit on persons physically attending annual general meetings remains at 50. Physical attendance at events hosted by public entities is limited to a maximum of 50 persons. And Madam Speaker, these events that are held by public entities are to be controlled events, meaning that the space within which the event is kept, all the protocols must be observed, but it is not a free access space. And the reason for that, Madam Speaker, is that attendance at these events must be for the vaccinated only. So Madam Speaker, in this order, public sector entities that are putting on events must first determine the vaccination status of those who they are inviting to attend. Madam Speaker, the existing work from home directive in the public sector remains in place until December 9th, 2021. As a precursor to returning to work, permanent secretaries and heads of agencies must put in place measures to ascertain the vaccination status of staff in the public sector to facilitate risk assessment and planning. So, Madam Speaker, the permanent secretaries are now directed that they must determine the vaccination status. Ascertain, a nicer word, but after ascertaining, they will make the determination. They will find out the vaccination status of the workers in their charge. And this is to help us now plan for the endemic stage of the management of the disease. Funerals and burials. Madam Speaker, there are no changes to the existing measures regarding funerals and burials. Funeral services are permitted with a maximum of 20 persons physically present, including mourners, clergy, and support personnel. Burials are permitted on Monday to Friday between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. with a maximum of 15 persons present. As a reminder, burials are not permitted on weekends. Entry protocols. Madam Speaker, in relation to our entry protocols, based on the recommendations of the Ministry of Health and Wellness, we are removing all banned countries from our travel list. So you will recall that the bans had been placed on those countries, most of them, if you recall, India and South America. Trinidad was on that list. But this was because of high infection rates and concerns about new variants. These countries have, however, Madam Speaker, controlled their outbreaks and have very high vaccination rates. If you look at all of them, their vaccination rates are higher than Jamaica's vaccination rate. So there's no including Brazil. In fact, Brazil has a very high vaccination rate. So it doesn't make sense, Madam Speaker, that we're banning countries that have brought their infection rates under control and have higher vaccination rates than ours. The pre-testing requirement for persons traveling to Jamaica to present a negative COVID test within 3 days prior to travel remains in place. Madam Speaker, I am pleased to report that we have significantly overhauled and simplified the travel authorization application process through Jam COVID and Visit Jamaica platforms. We have reduced the number of questions and increased the speed of approval. Jamaican passport holders and tourists now obtain expedited approvals within minutes of submitting their application, provided no COVID-related risks are identified. Permanent residents and work permit holders are required to upload documentary evidence of residency status in Jamaica, following which approval is granted.
Thank you for watching, subscribing, liking my videos, and all of them something there. Walk good.